Hello, eighth grade Latin 2. How are you doing? This is the easiest, simplest grammar lesson of the year. Are you ready? And actually, I think you guys already know this from your pre-comps and comps in previous years. But we're going to go through it just to make sure. This is called the vocative case. All right. Now, this is the case that you use when you call somebody by name. You're not saying Mr. Yagi does this, Mr. Yagi does this. You're saying, hey, Mr. Yagi, how you doing? Right? We're not saying uh, Caroline aces her test. We're not saying Caroline walks down the street. We're saying, hey, good job, Caroline. So we're calling out somebody by name. That's the vocative case. Okay. Now, here's the deal. Here's the deal with the vocative case. You know, every case has its endings, right? Accusatives, they end with M in the singular, they end with S in the plural, right? Ablative, they end with a single vowel, amico, puella, reggae, or in the plural, they end with is or ibis, right? Amicis, regibus, etc. All right, now here's the rule for the vocative. You ready? It's the same as the nominative. You already know this ending. It's a piece of cake. Okay, so here, let's take a look at a couple of examples. So we've got metella, we've got let me put these things, make these bigger. So we got metella, puella, puer, rex, formio. Okay? So metella, the vocative of metella, metella. So you want to call it to metella, you say, hey, metella. The vocative of puella, puella. The vocative of rex, rex. The vocative of formio, formio. Look, even in the plural it works. Puellae, hey puellae, hey girls. Puellae, same as the nominative. Pueri, hey boys. Reges, hey kings. Amici, hey friends. Okay? Now look, this is language. We're humans. We're complicated creatures. We got all sorts of issues. There's always going to be an exception, right? Take a look. When we have a second declension noun that ends in us, okay? Now remember, we actually had a second declension noun up here, puer, but there's no exception there. It's only when it's a second declension noun and it ends in us that we actually do need to change it. Now, this is an easy one because you already know this, because everyone, no matter how little you have studied Shakespeare, I don't know that any of us are Shakespearean scholars, but I think at some point we have all heard the quote, et tu, Brute? Now look, we know that this means, hey, Brutus, you too? You too, Brutus? You gonna stab me too? But notice he doesn't say et tu, Brutus, right? He says et tu, Brute. So that's the rule here. So if you want to call out to Quintus, and again, you've actually seen this before, but if you want to call out to Quintus, you're gonna say Quinte. Hey, Quinte. All right. You're gonna call out to your friend. You're gonna say, hey, amice. All right. Now notice, we already talked about the plural of amicus up here, amici, right? That's friends. And that's not an exception. It's only the us's, okay? Quintus, amicus, quinte, amice, just like Brutus to Brute. That's it. So again, to review, the vocative ending is the same as the nominative, except when the ending is us, second declension us, like Quintus, Quinte, Brutus, Brute. That's it. Good luck.